There are a lot of music producers out here trying to do exactly what you're doing. But how do you stand out? How do you rise to the top above everyone else and be noticed? How do you separate yourself from the rest of the producers, audio engineers, or even artists? Glad you asked. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Platinum Lyrics and Beats Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Boy. I teach aspiring music producers how to create and sell dope beats online without the confusion and frustration of wondering where to start. Today, we're talking about a very interesting topic. Man, but how are y'all doing? How was your week? How's everything going? Thank you guys for rocking with me every week. As you know, we drop every week on the Platinum Lyrics and Beats. Hope everything is going well for you. Thank you for joining us. We look to inspire, entertain, and educate you on Platinum Lyrics and Beats podcast. On this podcast, we're not going to waste your time. We're going to look to bring value to you and help you on your musical journey. Today, we're talking about how to stand out from the pack, how to rise from the top, how to rise to the top, and make yourself noticeable as a music producer or engineer or even an artist. You know, some may be all three. You know, some can do all three, but we're going to look into all of them. But look, before we start, if you are an aspiring music producer and you want to get started producing music and you want to learn the right equipment super producers use in their studios and how to make money from selling your beats, look, I got you. Check out my free workshop I recorded just for you, The Producer's Blueprint. You can go to aspireproducerslab.com if you're listening on your favorite podcast, or you can look in the description below if you're on YouTube. Hit the link after the podcast, after this episode, and watch the free workshop I prepared for you to get started. Now let's get to it. How do you stand out in the world filled with other music producers just doing this exact same thing that you want to do or that you're already doing? I'll share 3 of the top ways that work for me, 3 of the top ways that you can achieve this. All right. And it will work for you as well. All right. You ready? Let's go. Number 1, you have to be persistent. This may seem, you might have heard this, several times, but hey, it works. You have to be persistent. If you just continue to produce dope beats and music and you don't quit because of the obstacles you face, you will pass half of the competition with this strategy and mindset. Okay, that's just facts. So half of the people who start something quit even before they get started. All right. They may run into a wall. The rest may quit because it's too hard. Some quit because they were doing it for the wrong reason. Some people are just lazy, distracted, or fearful. All right, let's talk persistence. Let's get a little deeper into it. What is persistence? Persistence is continuing firmly in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. All right, so I'm going to break that down. I have my own definition. Trey Boy's definition, my definition of persistence is the process of becoming more and more stubborn and achieving something until you reach your goal. So that's how I look at it. Just keep grinding at it, keep the grit, and you see it in front of you. Just keep at it. That's the way I look at it. Sometimes being stubborn can not be so good. It can kick you in the butt, but sometimes it can work. That's how I look at it. I don't know about you, but I've been told a couple of times throughout my life, I couldn't accomplish something or achieve certain things. There's something in me that stands up when I'm challenged, and it takes me to a whole other level. All right. Now, don't use this in a negative sense. Sometimes you need to hear the truth when someone's giving you advice. All right. When you get advice from someone, that's not the time to be stubborn when they're trying to give you game and they're trying to help you out. If you continue to be stubborn, it can lead to a great downfall. All right. So I'm not saying that. In no way am I saying be arrogant like you know it all. I am saying that you know yourself better than anyone else. And if you can see it in the spiritual, like, you know how we imagine things, like God shows us things. He reveals us the plan he has for our life, right? And if you can see it in the spiritual, if God reveals it to you in the spiritual, he's just waiting on you to carry it out in the physical. All right? It's possible in the physical if you do your part. All right? So I'm not saying be arrogant or be, so stubborn to where nobody can tell you anything. But if you know what you know, hey, that's what you know. I'm not trying to be religious or preach to you. I'm just giving you the facts. Be as consistent and persistent as the waves are in the ocean and the sun is shining on the earth, and you will master anything. Be as consistent and persistent as the waves are in the ocean and the sun is shining on the earth, and you will master anything. All right. Number 2, be original. Be original. I can't quite tell you in words the importance of being yourself when you are producing music, mixing a song, or even performing as an artist, right? But I'll try. Okay. What sets you, and this is a statement quote from Emma Stone. What sets you apart can sometimes feel like a burden, but it's not. And a lot of the times, it's what makes you great. That's by Emma Stone. I'll give you another one. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. That's Coco Chanel. All right. Every successful, great producer, audio engineer, artist you admire, you only admire them because they were different. It's something about them from the rest of the people out there. It's something that was different about them that stood out from the rest. They had a unique style. I don't know. It could have been the way they dress. It could have been the way they talk. It could have been the drums that they use in their track. What's up, Dr. Dre? All right. The way they dance. Bottom line is they were definitely unique, and the world recognized their uniqueness, and they were appreciated and paid heavily because of it, because they stood out. They said, I'm going to do my own thing, right? If you don't get anything out of this episode, God has made you and only one of you. He did this for a specific reason, all right? Just listen to me. There's something in you that is so unique that when you create, produce, build, or even imagine things, it will change the world only because it came from you. That's how unique you are. All right? That's how unique I am. That's how unique we are. We are all sent here to accomplish a specific assignment. And since I'm talking to music producers, engineers, and artists, I'm encouraging all of us to never to be a carbon copy of anyone. Be an original so our impact can be untouched. All right? And I'll leave you with this, talking about being original. The person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before. That's Albert Einstein. All right, so we'll go to our third point. All right, so we got being persistent, we got being original, and number 3, last but not least, be professional. Can't stress this enough. You might not have heard this a lot, being professional, but when you are professional, you stand out because some people just throw things together and they don't care. It's like, it's whatever. It's they just put some stuff out there. You never want to be like that. You never want to be like that. It should go without saying, but when you present your music or your website with the world, you must have the image and sound like you already made it. Even if you haven't, you have to have the image and the sound like you already made it. Okay, what do I mean by this? Do you have to be fake? No, I'm not saying that. Be something that you are not. Most definitely, I'm not saying that. What I do mean is that your presence online and throughout the airwaves must be industry standards or higher. It must be at least industry standard. That's just facts I'm giving you. You have to listen to and see other people who are doing it at a high level and reach for that. Right? When you upload your beats on the beat platform, if you don't know, I use Abbott. I just want to put that out there. I believe they're one of the best when it comes to showcasing your beats. But when you upload them, they need to be mixed and mastered. I repeat, do not load anything to your beat stores or on your website that does not look and sound professional. Don't do it. You never want to upload a sound that's not properly mixed and mastered. Once someone hears your music on a professional beat platform or website and it sounds amateur, they will quickly look over you. All right. And of course, I would suggest you have your own website, and your images and your font of the website must be in sync on all your pages. If you don't know how to create a website, your own website, there are plenty of online companies out there that will create one for you. You have Fiverr, you have Upwork, or you can just hire someone, a freelancer, someone who knows how to, accomplish those tasks. If you have multiple social media platforms, make sure your name, color, and branding are the same across all platforms. Your branding has to be the same across all platforms. They need to see consistency throughout everything. If you notice, you haven't noticed yet, if you look at my social media or you look at anything online where I'm, present, I love the colors red and black and white and gray. Like, those are the colors I use consistently. Those are colors that I personally like, right? But I use them all the time online on the web base. So find your colors and the font that you like to use. Use those all the time. Be consistent with it. So when someone goes to your page, it builds trust, and people say, okay, I know who this is. I know his look. I know his sound. I know her taste. I know what they're going to look like, and that builds trust, and that allows people to connect with you better. Professional people only want to work with professional people. Now, can someone see you may not have as much experience or as much time in the game as they have in the past? Sure. But when they see and hear your work and it's at a high level, they will give you a shot, because they will see the potential, because you're standing out above everybody else who's not doing what you are doing. All right. So we know how to stand out now as music producers, audio engineers, and artists. Be persistent. Don't quit. You'll pass half of your competition with this skill alone. Be original. All right. Because being yourself is your superpower. And lastly, be professional. In the music world, your professionalism encompasses the way you carry yourself, your attitude, and the way you communicate with others through your branding and sound. Being professional can ensure a positive first impression, successful relationships, and a lasting reputation within your brand and the music industry. It can open a lot more doors if you're professional. You don't have to be perfect. Just be professional. All right. So let's help an aspiring music producer. Let's be the plug for them. Let's help an aspiring music producers. And look, if you are an aspiring music producer and you're looking to start producing beats and getting your music out there so that you can show how professional you are, watch the Producer's Blueprint I recorded specifically for you. If you are on your favorite podcast platform, go to aspireproducerslab.com and you can find everything you need to know about making beats and selling them to your fans. If you are on YouTube, the link is below. On the Blueprint workshop, I'll show you everything you need to know to how to create a beat from scratch. I'll create one right in front of you. I'll show you the equipment that you need, just from A to Z. If you want to become a music producer and start making money from your beats, I can show you A to Z how to get there. All right? Watching the Blueprint will save you time, money, confusion, and frustration. Who doesn't want to avoid those things? Right? Thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, comment, like the video, share, and if you have any value from it, let me know and share it with somebody else. My goal is to inspire you to get started in your music production career and make some life-changing money and music. Hope you have an amazing day. Let's get it. I'm Trey Boy. I'm out. Peace.